Hello my friends, and thank you for coming to join me for another shave. Today's shave is brought to you by CBL Fougere. It's super good soap. So good that I bought two of them by accident. I'll follow it up with Alpha Fougere. It says it right there. I don't have my glasses on because I just washed my face. We're using the El Cheapo del Grande Especial Boar brush, which is also, like we found out, is a Van der Hagen. It's starting to shed a little bit, show its age some, but this is one of my first brushes. For the most part, it's holding together real good. It only sheds the occasional bristle. And yeah, our continuing sea trials with the M-type Schick adjustable, shave number 25 on the Personna Tungsten blade. This is a cool water shave. It's fairly warm out today. I was out early this morning starting to paint my yard shed, and I really should do this with my glasses on. I'll sneak up here and look at the viewfinder. Yeah, that's good. And I thought I would go kind of high tech. We got a brand new Harbor Freight in our town, and in my excitement I bought a lightweight, what do they call it, a turbine spray gun. It says, oh, it's specially suited for heavy bodied paints. Don't you believe it, my brothers? It choked on that latex just as fast as you could see. It didn't do very well at all. But I'd kind of committed. Already had the paint in the gun, so I had to reduce it a little bit. And then it finally did start spraying, but I was disappointed. The blade still holds up pretty good. I think I may be starting to detect a little bit of fatigue in the sharpness. In that I'm starting to feel it cutting. Where before it was gliding right across, now I can kind of sort of feel a little bit of a pull as it's going. It's not at all objectionable. But it's starting to kind of telegraph itself a little bit. Tonight, spouse and I and another couple, this is Friday night, we're going to the Millersport Sweet Corn Festival. I'll post a link to that below. It's a local festival to the south of us a little bit. And it's a fair, kind of like a county fair, but it's almost entirely dedicated to food. And as well, guys well know, I like to eat. So They will either use locally grown sweet corn, which is, this has been a pretty good year for us as far as moisture goes. Now was a really wet spring, so a lot of guys didn't get their crops in until really late. So some guys, where they would plant beans or corn or wheat or anything, they put in sweet corn because it comes up faster. And so, or at least some varieties do. So there's been a few more people locally growing sweet corn. But as far as the major crops go, this has been a bust year. This is a wet spring. A lot of guys didn't even, some guys didn't even put their crops in. Beyond a certain number of days, it doesn't make sense to put it in, because by the time harvest time comes, or it gets too cold to do anything, crops aren't ready. So it's a kind of a window where insurance will kick in, and some seed companies will take the seed back. So we still have plenty of produce locally. But as a whole, I don't keep up with it much, so I don't know how the entire Midwest is doing as far as the crops percentage of what got in, how much, what the yield's going to be like, what percentage has been planted, fallowness, or what all's going on. Farmer stuff. I don't keep much up with that. But it's not going to be as good a year as we've had in the past. I put a little scoop of WS-23 into the Fougere, so I'm getting a nice chill out of it. It's starting to really kick in. Wanted to get start on that barn early, and had hoped that by using the sprayer, not having to lug my compressor out, and use a big proper paint sprayer, and I could get it done just as quick using this El Cheapo Grande thing. Hell, it took me a couple hours. I only got one side for futzing around with that thing trying to get it to spray. So it was going in the yard sale. Used once, rode hard, put away wet. I cleaned it up as best I could. Put it all back in the box. So that's what we'll do with it. Still, this is not it. You guys will know, probably know more of what I'm talking about. If you're not familiar with, or haven't done a lot of time with these kind of razors. They show when they start to go south and they're wearing out. The blade acts in a certain way, and you kind of get tuned in to know what it's time to turn in. And this is nowhere near that. It's acting about what I would expect out of a fresh Chinese chick. The blades that I usually use, it's like one of those. It's still shaving pretty good. I may artificially truncate the shaves with the 25 with this, but then again, I've only got two kinds of blades for this razor. I've got the Chinesium, and I've got the Tungsten. So I guess it doesn't really matter if I run it out with this thing, see how far it goes. So we're pretty good. Labor Day snuck up on me this year. I didn't. Summer flew by, and when you're retired, sometimes you forget how quickly time can get away from you. Sweet Corn Festival is something I used to really get a charge out of. We go there. We have two. It's one of two county fairs that we have. One earlier is the. We don't have a proper looking county fair. We have called the Croton Fair. And that's kind of like our county fair. And then we have Sweet Corn Festival. So this one doesn't have the tractor pull or the livestock auction or anything like that. It's more just eating. So that's where we're going to spend our evening tonight. And it's also for a large proportion of the United States. Football season for high school starts out tonight, so there'll be a lot of kids. We're going to try to time our visit because we're going there to eat. We try to time it so that we're there while the kids are at the football game. No sting at all, just smooth. While the kids are at the football game, we'll be there eating, and then we'll be gone by the time they're done, and they come for the rides and some of the attractions. There's, of course, the booths, all the Boy Scout troops and 4-H, well, not 4-H. FFA will have a booth there usually. Usually the Lions Club and Rotary, and they're selling. Well, Rotary always has the chickens, for half chickens barbecue, and we always get that. And the band boosters for one of the high schools. This is their only fundraiser. Is they make donuts there at the fair, and they have donut machines, and so they'll make 250 to 300 dozen donuts, and they'll sell them all. And their band is set for the year as far as fundraising goes. Little Thayers. I don't know how many other sweet corn festivals there are, but it's really neat to. I used to like to do the how do remember who does it now. That's changed over the years, but there's they'll put a bunch of 15 penny nails in a 2x4, and then you get one swing with a hammer and try to drive it in. And I used to like to do that. I was pretty good at that. But I'm not nearly so skilled as I used to be, so I won't try that now. I'll let the youngins do that. Alpha Fougere. It's good stuff. I got this in a special somewhere. It's good stuff. So to recap our shave today, we're doing this all in one take, not going to break away. We got CBL sur Fougere. We used Alpa's Fougere. It says Eau de Cologne, but it's real weak as a cologne. It works just great as an aftershave. We used our Vanderhagen El Chipo del Grande Especial Bore and shave number 25 on the Personna Tungsten 74, and this is the Chic Type M that I'm using it in. We set somewhere between 3 and 4, kind of in the middle. That's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for coming to visit. I look forward to seeing you next time. I'm Major Rich on the Shaving Cadre, or if you're seeing me on YouTube, I invite you to join us on the Shaving Cadre. We have great fun there. And if you're seeing me only on YouTube, then the like and subscribe buttons are down there. Figure if I'm going to be on there, might as well build my viewership up a little bit. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.